This woman is a witch, and this woman is a witch hunter. They're both really skilled at their jobs, but idiots when it comes to love, and they are in love. They just don't realize it. They fight, they fall in love, but nobody gets hurt. Not permanently. Also, there's a bonus short story about a high school girl and her small harem of supernatural creatures. Welcome home. I'm Miss Prince. Take a seat by the fire and let me serve you a cup of tea. 5 Seconds Before a Witch Falls in Love is a single-volume manga by Zeniko Sumiya. The book is a collection of 3 short stories. This first short story begins in the middle of a fight. Meg, the untouchable sorceress, has completely curb-stomped someone into a pulp. When she realized she might have killed her opponent, she seems a little disappointed. She is an incredibly powerful witch, and so most battles are over too soon for them to be any fun. But then, her opponent musters the strength to stand up. Before Meg has time to fully process what's happening, Meg's opponent uses not magic, but her incredible fighting skills to take down Meg in an instant. This is Lilith, a top-class witch hunter, highly trained in fighting and spell-breaking. Just as it looks like she's won, Meg comments on her hairpin, and Lilith, caught off guard by the compliment, is so flustered she loses track of the situation, and Meg has time to cast a spell. The spell transforms Lilith into a cat. With that, the fight is over, and Meg heads back to her treehouse, bringing her new pet cat with her. This is where Meg lets Lilith know that the only way to break this particular spell is with a kiss. And she can't kiss just anyone. She must kiss her, the witch who cast the spell. From there, it's mostly just fighting and cute blushing. More importantly, you'll be introduced to this man. He's the best side character because he could smuggle flat-screen TVs in his sleeves. And that's the end of the first short story, but don't worry, Meg and Lilith will be back. Demon's Harem is about a high school student named Kana. She can see spirits. She goes into an abandoned church and she finds an angel and a demon, both gravely injured after a fight. She nurses them both back to health, and accidentally creates a love triangle because now they are both in love with her. It's lighthearted, and it doesn't have a lot of the typical love triangle drama because, while both of the ladies would prefer to have Kana all to themselves, they don't hate each other, and they are willing to work together for Kana's sake, even though they aren't interested in each other. The third short story is 5 Seconds Before Falling in Love with a Witch. It picks up where the first short story left off, and it brings back my favorite couple, the left sleeve and the right sleeve. Lilith is back in human form, but she has a problem. Every time she's near Meg, her heart starts racing, her breath shortens, and her mind spins. Convinced that this is just another magical prank, she goes and talks to the sleeves for advice, then leaves to go talk to Meg and force her to lift the curse. We also get a new character, a rival witch hunter, who has sealed Meg with a magic circle. I recommend this book if you want a short and cute enemies to lovers fantasy. The book will lighten your mood, and at 128 pages long, it doesn't really require a long time investment. Now that we're done with the contents, let's take a look at the cover. I have the English copy, published by 7 Seas in 2022. There are 2 girls on the cover looking at each other and blushing. One girl is smiling and the other girl looks very uncomfortable with the situation. One girl is holding an inanimate prop. The girls have different hair colors. One girl has hair decorations and a bun, the other is wearing a hat. They're standing in an abstract, minimal background surrounded by stars and scrollwork. The font is swirly and pink, and the title contains a length of time and the words love and witch. The physical version includes an embossed title, and the inside covers are printed with an arabesque leaf design. The back cover has original art on it. The spine has a star icon, lacy details, and art repeated from the cover. The title is on a color background in a decorative box. This adds up to a total of 4,880 points. I think this is a great cover. It immediately shows the reader that this is a YURI story. It shows off the dynamic between Meg and Lilith, and I think it looks fun. That said, the edition that I have was one design choice that really bugs me. It's the decision to put the whole title at the top of the layout and lighten the area under it. It leaves this weird, meaningless shape at the top, but if you take a look at the original version of the cover, ta-da, it's the hands of a clock meant to emphasize the titular 5 seconds. If you liked 5 Seconds Before a Witch Falls in Love, I also recommend A Witch's Love at the End of the World, a story set in a school for witches where any kind of love is forbidden. Yuri Life, a collection of short Yuri stories to read when you're short on time. Killing Me, an enemies to lovers comedy about a vampire who's in love with a vampire hunter. There you go. Thank you for your time. Good night.